All right, good morning. Day 2 of my 180-day challenge here. Superhuman Protocol, Vlog Challenge, whatever wants to be called. You're off to a bit of a rocky start with a couple of goals that I set. The noon to 6 p.m. eating. I actually think I'm going to extend it to 8 p.m. It was so light out still at 6, 7, 8, and I just don't think I'm going to reasonably remember to eat during like the hottest part of the afternoon, like 5 or 6 o'clock in Florida during the summertime. I just don't think it's good timing for me. I don't like eating right at the peak. I like eating when it gets a little cooler out. Probably gonna extend that noon to 8. And then also woke up in the middle of the night and just forgot about all of it and went to go pee and just rolled into the kitchen and ate a bunch of dates. So that was just a little slip up, and also a third little slip up, because it was kind of the most important part of this challenge is staying off my phone first thing in the morning, or just keeping it on airplane mode and not consuming anything. I'm going to be filming obviously on it, but just not consuming anything. But I accidentally turned it off airplane mode, and one of my buddies, I got a text that said one of my buddies was having a baby, so replied to that. But justifiable. No scrolling, no bullshit, no podcast, no music, just a few minutes to every morning, 45 minutes, an hour, let my mind just assimilate everything from the day before, especially yesterday with the surprise, unexpected mushroom trip. Need to process that a little bit, I suppose. Not really. It seems like it's well processed enough, but it was like I said, I couldn't really recommend that methylene blue Syrian rue psilocybin combo with confidence to anyone, because it was a lot. But man, it was great for me. The right place, right time. Feel super refreshed now that I've finally gotten some sleep. It took a while to get to bed. I woke up quite a few times in the night, but that's all right. Gonna go hop on my standing frame, stand for an hour or so. Stop eating that. What are you eating? Bulldog is eating the berry, or like nuts or berries or whatever those are, coming off this palm tree back here. Let's see how cute she looks this morning. Come here, Penny. Come here, Penny. Come here. What are you doing? Look at that face. How can you not love that face? It's the face of an angel. It's the face of an angel. Yeah, gonna do a standing frame, FES bike, do some pull-ups, stretch, do some back stretches and stuff for the herniated discs in my back. That was one thing I find with any psychedelic, especially mushrooms. One thing I notice is any main problem I have with my body, like if I've not been drinking enough water, I'll really feel dry and dehydrated, or especially like back in the day when I used to smoke cigarettes and chew tobacco. When I would take LSD or mushrooms or anything, any sort of psychedelic, it would be like all the disgustingness and the poison of that. I really feel it, and that was probably the motivation for quitting tobacco for me, was taking psychedelics at some point. And yesterday I just really felt the pain of these herniated discs in my back, and it was just like clear and obvious to me, like this is the problem that you really need to be focusing on. You need to figure out how to get your back to 100% and heal these things and give the musculature and the support around that spinal column down there. So don't bark. My dog wants me to throw the ball. I better do it. Yeah, get the musculature built up down there, And I think I'm gonna start this evening, hopefully, by hooking my FES bike up to my lower back and just giving those muscles a stim like that. And then I'm just gonna absolutely cream back workouts this next couple weeks. Gonna have a little work at my gym, a little gym at my work, and it's just got no great machines for me to do back workouts on. I just can't. I'll have to see if they'll let me adjust the pull down machine and adjust a few things, because nothing great for paraplegic back workouts. But I have to hit LA Fitness a couple mornings this week. Anyways, that's update number 1 on day 2 of my challenge to stop consuming so much, start producing some creative stuff that I like. Just gonna start with this kind of vlog style content and graduate from there into more edited specific videos, interviews with people, and get a bit more creative. But I realized that I love watching vlogs on YouTube. I find them helpful, interesting, and fun. So we'll start here and just progress from there. Anyways, talk to you in literally 1 millisecond. Approximately 1 millisecond later, for me, I just got done standing, and I realized I have a great hack to show anyone who likes fasting in the morning, or at least consuming minimal calories in the morning. I still allow myself some coffee, and I like my coffee sweet, and I like it creamy. So what I do is, this is the supplement drawer here. I take some taurine, a little bit of taurine, a little bit of that's my oblique strength that needs training right there. A little bit of L-theanine, and then I take just a few drops of this delicious English toffee stevia. I'll show you how it turns it into creamy, delicious magic. Just brew up a little hot coffee. I vastly prefer cold brew, just a little bit less bitter, a little more caffeine, but beggars can't be choosers. Turn on, pop that open, because that's pretty annoying background noise. But just gonna do 1/3 of a cup of coffee in there, and get that started for us here. That was gonna be a small cup of coffee, but that's all right. All right, let that brew for 4 to 6 minutes, typically. So first off, right now, I'm gonna do a little ketone IQ. Need a little extra juice for that. Got my cunt cup, because that was the only shot glass available. I just basically do a little dollop of this. It tastes like ass, absolute ass. I'm not sure what it is, but it's ketones as R-1, 3- butanidol. Not sure, but it makes you feel pretty good. Oh, really doesn't taste good. It tastes really weird. But let's brew some coffee. Slowly push that down. I don't like going too long. Might have even gone a bit longer than this. I like about 4 minutes. It's perfect for me with the French press. That spout, but just wait. If you're a keto person or an intermittent fasting person, you like your black coffee in the morning. I don't know if this is technically cheating, but I don't think it is. basically no calories still, 30, 40 calories at the most. I think you still stay pretty fasted. Basically take a dropper of this dropper and then some of this Sweet Leaf Sweet Drops English toffee. Just bought that on Amazon. Tried a butter pecan version of that and it was like chemically tasty and nasty. I really recommend whatever one you go with, the Sweet Leaf brand. I've tried a couple other of these Zevia sweeteners, different brands, and they were shite. They were disgusting. They just tasted like weird chemicals. Don't know what they were doing differently, but whatever they're doing it right. This completely unhelpful measuring spoon as far as the size. I just do a big chunk of taurine, maybe a gram, maybe about a gram of taurine, looks like roughly, and then whatever the scooper size is of L-theanine. Just pop that in there real quick. You're gonna be amazed. Just waiting for this. Creamy, delicious mixture. Also L-theanine, taurine in the coffee. Sometimes you get a wave of anxiety and just kind of shitty feeling from coffee in the morning time or any time when I take it. And yeah, this really counteracts that. I think you'll be pleasantly surprised if you're one of my fasting friends. Faithful Yellowstone cup. Afterwards, Yellowstone. That's my favorite coffee mug, but we'll put it in there first so you can see how sweet, delicious, and creamy it is. Just blast it for a couple seconds there. Oh yeah, look at this. Look at this. I mean, come on. Frothy. Oh, that was plenty of coffee. Wow. It was the perfect amount of coffee. It's good. It's not cream and sugar, which I love in my coffee, but it's damn good. All right, gonna hit my bike and get the hell to work. Phone is balanced on door handle right now. We'll get a tripod going soon if I'm gonna keep doing this for the next 6 months, but it's on a door handle for now. Basically, just did my FES bike, got a little morning sunlight, had a delicious L-theanine, taurine, and stevia coffee with some, it's a Four Sigmatic coffee with some lion's mane in there. I filmed it and was gonna share how I make this creamy, delicious, no calorie coffee drink, but this damn headset wasn't on, and so I'm just rolling around the kitchen, can't hear anything, I assume. I'll check it out, maybe you just watched it, who knows. But like I said, yesterday is one of my main goals is to increase my number of pull-ups that I can do. I want to get to about 30. I want to get to 50 a day, but I want to be able to do 30 consistently. Let's kind of see where I'm at right now. The headset doesn't help, it kind of gets in the way, but that's okay. A little wider grip to counteract the headset being in the way. So that's 6 full pull-ups, 24 more to go to be at my goal here in 6 months. I think it's doable. So not even quite at 6 legit pull-ups. Those weren't even fully above the chin, but you know, basically go use the bathroom, shower, get dressed, which takes a while. Plenty of time to rest up. And once I'm ready for work, I'll hit, you know, 5 or 6 more and just do that every time I roll through this doorway, as many times a day as possible. Yeah, and just build my way up. Like I said, my pre-injury best set of pull-ups was 30, so I'd like to at least get back to that. Hi girls, you wanna say hi? You wanna say hi? Hello. 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 Anyways, I'm gonna go get ready for work and get out of here. All right, we're off. It's about 12:15 p.m. I'm headed into work. Sell health insurance. Been doing it since September-ish of last year. And it's been an absolute godsend that they have allowed me to be flexible with my schedule, because I'm just battling uphill with all sorts of health issues, and I'm kind of getting on top of it, but not very many jobs, you know, can allow you to take days off to go to all these doctors and physical therapy appointments. Also coming to work at noon. Everyone else gets there about 9. I've been getting there about noon is the earliest I can do with the just all the things that I have to accomplish in the morning to just maintain a base level health. But driving is always kind of my best time for philosophical thinking and you know, taking time to myself when I'm not distracting myself with YouTube videos or whatever the hell else I watch or listen to. But yeah, I wanted to kind of go into like what the real deep reasoning was behind this 180-day challenge I've set for myself, where I'm gonna post kind of a vlog style video every day and just relentlessly pursue a really structured routine for health. And the deepest reason behind all of it is twofold, 2 reasons. Number one, my overarching life goal forever, since I was 16 years old, has been to buy a big rural piece of property and build like a health, extreme sport, outdoor, just sanctuary, just place to pursue the outdoors, to pursue health, and to spend as much time in nature as possible with people I love. And that was the reason, that was always my driving force in life, was to do that. And now I've kind of, with the paralysis and the accident and just this intense journey of trying to recuperate some semblance of just feeling good, I've kind of shrunk that goal down to a more palatable, bite-sized version of that, and then I want to expand on it as I go. That's still my goal. I just want to create a miniaturized version of that first, and that's what I'm doing with this house I just purchased. Is I want to just turn it into an absolute healing sanctuary with all of the good stuff. I've got an infrared sauna already, got some exercise equipment that I got to set up. Still, I want to get, you know, hyperbaric oxygen chamber. I want to grow a food, hey, Cybertruck, that's cool. Grow a food forest and have mostly just all of these amazing fruits coming into season year round, and get as much food as I can from my natural environment. I want to start hunting and fishing more here in Florida, which I'm just unfamiliar with, but I want to get as much meat as I can from you know, my own volition. I want to go hunt, gather, grow all my own food. So a part of that is I don't have time to do all that if I am selling health insurance for 8 to 12 hours a day, 6 days a week. So I want to start producing YouTube videos, and building a community of finding the people in this world that have the same vision I do, and connect and make these other things happen. I want to start supplement companies and all the things I love, supplement food companies, and give people access to the things that I want access to. Those gaps are getting fewer and far between. There's so many amazing things and products out there, but I'll be able to find my niche eventually, for sure. But my main goal is to build these healing spaces, and put teams of medical and physical training people together to heal neurological injuries, and just the tragedy of our modern lifestyle in general. Because I think regardless of whether or not you're functioning at a neurological deficit, we all need healing these days. The vast majority of us do. So that's one layer of why I'm doing this. The other layer is I just want to feel good. I have felt like shit I was just mustering up the strength to get dressed and get ready to go to work, and it was exhausting. I mean, it's just crazy how little energy I have if I just have any deficit in my routine. And I think I need kind of a hardline routine for 6 months to just build my body back up again. I'm really hoping that this heavy metal thing, if you watched the previous video, you haven't, I just got a heavy metals test done, and I'm just racked full of different heavy metals: cesium, barium, thallium, lead, and mercury, and a bit of arsenic in there as well, but not as quite as worrying of high levels. But I've got an appointment on Wednesday with a functional medicine practitioner to go over my results and see what I can do. I'm hoping that that's a big contributing factor, because it just has to be. I mean, I definitely haven't been as strict on diet and exercise as I need to be in this last 8 months. Started a new job, getting into the rhythm and grind of that has been one of the most difficult things I've done in my entire life. And that's coming from a person who actively pursued difficult things for my entire life prior to spinal cord injury, which T10, complete paraplegic. If for some reason you're new to this, was injured in a car wreck about 5 years ago. And yeah, that's been one of the hardest things in the world. I've moved twice in that time. Moved from an apartment to a house back in December. Went and visited family for Christmas, and then some friends came down and we went fishing on the west side of Florida. Just been a busy, and then bought another house and moved from the house we were renting to another house. And so been just a hectic 6 to 8 months, and in all that change, it's easy to slip up when it comes to diet, exercise, sleep, meditation, the foundations of feeling good. And it's just crazy how I felt I was so unknowingly blessed prior to injury, because I could just abuse my body, drink limitlessly, stay up all night, work incredibly hard jobs for 8, 10, 12, 17 hours a day, even more, eat like absolute garbage, fast food, 3-4 meals a day, and I would feel relatively good. I thought, and at the time I didn't realize how good I felt until now, when I get 7 hours of sleep and eat a tiny bit of gluten or something, and I just feel like dog shit for 24 hours. So it's just amazing how much effort it actually takes to rebuild your health. Once your health goes, it's a lot to get it back, and it's complicated, it's hard. There's not a lot of answers out there in allopathic medicine. I don't know if you can hear my van just falling apart at the seams. But lots of vibrations and noises. But there's not a lot of answers out there. You really got to dig. There's a lot of bullshit online, a lot of people talking with confidence and conviction without the evidence to really support it, or it's just an N of one. What works for them just doesn't work for you. It's so specific and there's so many nuances. I've struggled a lot with my microbiome and just gut health and everything after taking a bunch of antibiotics and opiates for the first year, basically, after I got injured, and then periodically having to be on antibiotics again over the last 5 years. That's a constant struggle, super confusing, super hard. I have was diagnosed at one point with antiphospholipid syndrome. That was debunked, I guess, and was told that I have mast cell activation syndrome, and just told to avoid things, avoid histamines, avoid oxalates, and all of these inflammatory food components, and that eventually led me to the carnivore diet and ate carnivore. Definitely rebuilt, saved my life, rebuilt my health to a certain level, but it's just so restrictive and doesn't feel quite right with the digestion. And strict carnivore for a few months, huge plummet in sex hormones. I don't have that on paper, that's just anecdotal, based on just sex drive and just drive in general. I think definitely some sort of change in my hormone levels from strict carnivore. I've got to the point where a little bit of flexibility, still avoiding most vegetables, but I'm not even sure where I was going with that. It led me to carnivore. Remember that part. But yeah, just the pursuit of health is absolutely, an individualistic thing that you just, without a big roll of money or just a really lucky group of people around you or the right community, it's hard. It's hard to get answers, to get help. All the doctors just want to push prescriptions and surgeries and quick band-aid fixes to the symptoms. And so I'm not sure where I was going with this, but with the mast cell, this is where my mind's going now. With the mast cell activation syndrome, it was like really root cause, like what's happening, but I was still like, why are these mast cells activating? What's causing this? It's got to go deeper. That's just still a symptom of something else happening inside your body. It has to be. You should be able to be exposed. I was eating relatively healthy to, a small amount of histamines and things. So there's got to be something even deeper causing that dysfunction. And I'm hoping in my case that it's at least partially these heavy metals, having these incredibly toxic heavy metals inside your body, has to be wreaking havoc at, a fundamental level. And I think it's not just heavy metals. Those are the easiest to test for, but so many other just environmental toxins, just an onslaught of pesticides, herbicides, plastics, all these weird food dyes, weird preservatives. It just can't be good. And so I'm hoping this next 6 months, and the idea of setting an achievable goal, I want this to be the rest of my life. These 6 months are just setting the foundation for my eternity till the day I die. I want to build the foundation and the principles and the values and the lifestyle and the habits and the routines that I live off of forever in the next 6 months. So that's the real goal. And I guess that's where I was circling back to. That was why I was making this little portion of the video, to explain myself. And these videos, as of now, I hope that there's someone on the other side of the camera getting any sort of value out of it, but the real purpose behind these early stage, just everyday vlog style videos is just the habit, is building that habit, building that routine, creating rather than consuming, putting something out there, putting something out in the world every single day that gives me the potential opportunity to make a connection, to meet someone, to do something, to find people that have the same ideas that I do, that want to pursue a life of just feeling great. When you feel like shit for a long period of time and every single day is just a battle for energy, when the whole rest of your life it was just spontaneously created. I just had an infinite well of energy to draw from and act from, and I want to find that again. I'm not going to roll over and accept defeat and just feel like shit for the rest of my life. I want to feel awesome, and I want to meet people that can help me make that possible, and I can help them make that possible in their lives, and that's what they're after. And so that's the real goal of creating these vlogs, creating these videos. And a happy side effect of that is if someone like myself who loves consuming YouTube videos, loves watching vlogs and other people's lives who I relate to, if there's someone out there that gets value from that, that's awesome. That's great. But I'm not going to pretend that I'm out here just altruistically, if that's even the right word, creating these videos for everyone else. I see a lot of YouTubers and just people on social media acting like they're doing it out of the goodness of their heart, but I don't know. Anyways, kind of rambling on now, but headed into work to sell health insurance, which is I actually like my job. It's fun. I like talking to people. Sales is kind of where I ended up because I want to make a decent amount of money, want flexibility, and have no valuable skills in the marketplace whatsoever that translated from pre-injury to post-injury. I did construction, did agriculture, and always relied on my honey badger just tenacity for physical labor to get by. That's annoying. Sorry, move that a little bit. I don't know how long that's been happening, but it's super unpleasant. Sorry about that. But I always relied on my physicality. I can learn and pick up skills quickly, and I was good, but I never spent any. I always quit. The longest I ever had jobs was for a couple years. Just get bored, switch to doing something different, and be able to make it quickly because I'd start out and my value would be my physicality, my ability to just move and do a ton of stuff of manual labor, and then I'd make myself more valuable by learning the skills and everything necessary inside that field after. But now I can't bring that to the table, so really struggled to find something that fit and kind of ticked all the boxes for me. And this doesn't tick the satisfaction box of like doing something great in the world. There's just the sad reality of the American insurance system is that all insurance sucks unless you're just paying an extortionate amount of money, which at that point, unless you're sick already, or I guess not all insurance sucks. If you're broke, you can get amazing insurance, but the federal government can subsidize your insurance, and you can get great health care for not very much money. But if you have money, don't qualify for government subsidized insurance, it's tough out there, because you're basically just buying something to hedge against bankruptcy, and then just to protect you in those first few months of something really bad happening, get you some good protection. But it's just such a trade-off. You're not going to pay $2,000 a month. Some people are, but $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 a month for this great health insurance, so that when something bad happens, you're well covered. It just doesn't. It doesn't make sense financially. You just put that, buy something to hedge against bankruptcy. $1,000 a month plan, whatever, $1,500 a month plan, hedge against bankruptcy. When something immediately happens, be able to see the doctor and get good care, and just put all that extra money you'd be spending to protect yourself against the worst case scenario. Put that in a money market account or an index fund or whatever. Invest it somewhere and just let it grow. It just doesn't. It's not. I don't know. It doesn't make sense for me. I would obviously, at this point where my health care is already fucked, my health is already fucked. I need all this health care to obviously be opting for expensive health coverage, because you gotta weigh it. But I'm really rambling now, but the bottom line is, it's not it's not deeply satisfying. It's not not waking up every day excited for what I'm about to do. But that's just part of it. People, it's fucking crazy that people think they're entitled to waking up every day being super excited for what they do without just a massive on-ramp to doing that. You gotta grind. Maybe not grind is not the right word, but you gotta pursue excellence in something for a long period of time to graduate to being able to do what you love every single day. And that's the path I'm on now, but simultaneously I gotta go in and make the money to pay the bills, to pay the mortgage, pay the health insurance, pay for fuel, car insurance, whatever else you got to. This life is expensive, and you got to do it for now. And it is the hardest mental game. It's easy for me, not easy, but it's one thing for me to convince myself to go do super hard workouts, or to fast, or to do long endurance exercise. Like that's easy, but to wake up and go sit for 8 hours a day inside at a computer talking to people about health insurance, I mean, you gotta tell yourself, manufacture some stories and some reasons inside your head. You gotta justify, and for me, I have to put myself in my future self's shoes, I guess you could say, of like, I'm doing this for tomorrow, I'm doing this for other reasons, and I have to have side projects going on. I have to have this, I have to have other focus and other pursuits. Otherwise, I did it for a while. I just did, while I was getting trained and everything, I just worked 12 hours a day, didn't have time to focus on anything else, and yeah, it just feels very trapped, very running on a hamster wheel. But anyways, I think that caps off this portion of the video. I'm super excited. I haven't even got day one out yet. I'm gonna go have a couple of appointments, talk to people about their health coverage, and then when there's a little lull in the afternoon, I'll edit up that video and post it. And so this is day 2 of my 180-day challenge, and so I'll edit, this is just me thinking out loud, but I'll edit day 1 now, post day 1, and then I'll edit most of day 2 right afterwards, so that it's just like the end cap or whatever. I can just toss one little slice of video on there and upload it first thing in the morning, just so I can kind of get in the rhythm. That's all part of it. It's the training, training myself to be a producer in this world rather than a consumer. When I'm already tapped out theoretically tapped out, I feel as though I'm tapped out on what I can do in a day. But as far as just working out, exercise, working, and taking care of my house, doing all my laundry. Everything takes forever when you're paralyzed, as anyone who's paralyzed listening knows. But there's always, you're just not being efficient enough, you're not trying enough, you're wasting time. There's always more time in a day. You just gotta squeeze it out. And I'm trying to do all that without sacrificing sleep, because that's how I used to do it. Just sacrifice sleep, which is not an option at all anymore. I'll just be exhausted if I don't get my 7 or 8 hours, slip in 6 hours every now and then. But yeah, no more massive compromise on sleep. But anyways, yeah, signing out for now. I'm gonna go sell some health insurance. Yippee! Well, there we go. Day 2 of the 180-day challenge almost completed. I still have to get home. Wow, that's pretty bright considering how dark it is outside. Go iPhone. But sold some health insurance today, couple of plans, which was nice. It's sweet, just constantly, every once in a while, just being able to clamber my head above water and take a quick financial breath before beginning to drown again. So that's pretty sweet. Did not get a great workout in at work today during my workout time, or the time I allotted to go work out. I did get a little chest in, but Craig Hospital called me and I had to do, I didn't have to, but I did like some research thing for 5 years after paralysis, which is just pretty crazy. It was just answering a bunch of questions, but pretty crazy to think that it's been 5 years since I was paralyzed, or roughly 5 years, not quite, but it's been a long time. Doesn't seem like it. It just seems, it's used to seem like there was a before injury and an after injury, but now it just seems like there was a chunk of really crazy, painful, awful time in my life, and it's all just one continuous timeline again. But definitely got a lot done on the YouTube front. Got the first video all edited and stuff, and basically it was no editing, just putting a few clips together and exporting it, and throwing a disclaimer on there about combining a bunch of weird drugs you buy off the internet, or substances you buy off the internet, and mushrooms that you grow. But yeah, it was pretty easy. It was just the systems, getting all the pirating Final Cut Pro again, getting all of the systems lined. I didn't actually pirate Final Cut Pro. I just continually download the 90-day trial, which I guess is pirating, but seems like a flaw in their system, to be honest. Getting everything organized with all the videos, and it's not much, but it took me forever. I'm not that tech savvy, moderately, but not great. Yeah, so pretty good overall day. Definitely gonna have to get some pull-ups in when I get home. It's like 9 p.m. now, so worked for 12 hours. Have not uploaded the first video yet. Actually, by the time you see this, I definitely will have, because this is the second video. But it said it was going to take 22 minutes to upload on YouTube. There was no way I was staying at work for another 22 minutes just to watch a loading bar. But 9 hours of work in the day. Did my FES bike, stood, journaled, got some morning sunlight, did some pull-ups, had a coffee. Didn't really eat today. I had like 250 grams of beef this morning and black coffee, but yeah, this stupid fasting idea that I have, the intermittent fasting of noonday gonna kill me some nights. I love just gorging on food when I get home, but it makes me get a terrible night's sleep. That's something that I can do for this video. I'll probably start posting a screenshot of my Oura Ring sleep score at the beginning of each. Oh, fuck me. Wow. Beginning of each of these videos, there's just a bus stopped behind this on this other lane, and I was trying to pass this semi. But yeah, I post my Oura Ring sleep score because that's a major hurdle in my own health journey, as I sleep like just cat poop. It tastes like cat poop is in my mouth when I wake up in the morning after sleeping. Can't breathe through my nose because I've broken it 5 times, and also I think that's a contributing factor, and also just this herniated disc, low back pain just wakes me up constantly. On the 3rd mattress, and it's not much of an improvement, to be honest. It is a small improvement, but any tips on mattresses that you have out there would be massively appreciated. Any fellow spinal cord injury peoples, or any tips on healing herniated discs that aren't getting surgery, because I don't want surgery anymore. Just not a fan. I haven't really seen many doctors about it. Seen one doctor, a pain medicine doctor. They shot some dexamethasone in there. Didn't really do shit. Told him it did, just to make him feel good, but apparently they're going to maybe shoot something else in there to numb the nerves. But I'd like an actual fix where it heals the herniated disc. I think the answer is just a shitload of pull-ups and back strengthening workouts and Supermans, and just getting all the structure around my spinal cord way stronger, because it's the herniations happened below my level of injury, where that musculature is super atrophied and weak, and it's, you know, right at the point where I'm sitting in a wheelchair all day long, back leaning forward. So yeah, but that's the basic plan for that, is just do a ton of back workouts and figure out ways to make money where I can go to an actual healing doctor of some sort, someone who, you know, when you go to a surgeon, they just want to do surgery. You go to a pain specialist, they just want to inject you with stuff, give you painkillers, anti-inflammatories. I want to go to someone who can train me how to really fix the problem. I've tried quite a few different physical therapies. I go to my private physical therapy down here, that I came here for. It's called CORE, Center of Recovery and Exercise. They're awesome, and I think they stand the best shot at healing it. I just can't afford to go there for the amount of time needed. I really need to be going there, you know, 3-4 days a week, but I can only afford to pay for a couple hours 1 day a week out of pocket right now, and the stuff the PT that my insurance covers, I just haven't struck gold on that yet. They've just all been garbage. Just might as well work out at home and not waste the time traveling to a physical therapist at a certain point, for sure. So yeah, I think that's it for day 2. Gonna go home tonight and upload day 1 video, and then kind of refine my sleep routine. Going to at least have a sleep routine, and get in bed early, get off the phone. Gonna take some magnesium, some extended, or maybe it's not, this one's not extended release. It's called Magnesium Breakthrough. 7 different types of magnesium. Gonna take some of that, take some vitamin D, some niacin, and what else was I gonna take before bed? Sometimes I take a milligram of melatonin, depending on if I'm feeling frisky or not. every now and then I shove a glutathione suppository up my ass, and apparently that promotes detox, but I have a limited number of them, kind of saving those for the heavy metal detox phase that I'm going to be going into on Wednesday, which I'm very, very excited about. That's the update. That's kind of where we're at, and just I was pretty intimidated for whatever reason, to start uploading these videos. Didn't see the value people would take from it, but then I realized all the trash that I watch on YouTube, and I'm like, I mean, if my bar's that low, maybe some other people's are. Maybe there's someone out there that will get value from it and enjoy it, and even potentially reach out to me and join me in building a healing, amazing neuro recovery sanctuary, which is the ultimate end goal in all this, as I stated extensively earlier in this video. But that's it. I'm going to sign out. I'm going to bid you good night. It is Monday night where I'm at, and down in Orlando, Florida. It's beautiful out. I hope it's beautiful